Please come with questions, and when you go through the material, if you spell them out, you can just also text me. Well, maybe then I gotta get into the questions, but that's probably good because I can guide me in what we talk about, and I can integrate it in class. And ask, hello, how can I help you?
May I have one chair?
Yeah, take one chair as long as you bring that.
Oh, thank you.
She's on the video now.
We gotta edit that out.
She doesn't know. She saw my class, you're on the video. Yeah, but do you have any questions now for me from the Monday class? That is unclear. Okay. Please do not bury the head like I do a lot of times, and put the stuff aside. Go through it and come up with questions and ask me. No question is too stupid. All right? And then I can at least guide you. But then you have a dialogue, or there is a dialogue, because the first test in this class is going to show up real fast. Because we have today, then Monday we have cells, Wednesday we talk about tissues, and the following Monday we have a test. And that test is all true, false, and multiple choice. And the reason why I do it that way is because then we can get this small stuff out of the way, we can set it aside, and we can focus on bones and muscles. And I don't bring the old stuff back. I leave it on the side, so your brain can be flushed out, and more RAM for new stuff.
For tests, do you need us to bring like scantrons or anything?
Yes, since we're at it, yes, please bring a scantron.
Which one?
The big long one.
The long one?
Okay. The long skinny. My tests are 55 questions, the first two tests, and I count 50 out of those. So you get 5 to group from, and it's still 100 points. In the bookstore. Yes. Okay? So Monday, come with some questions, because you have a whole week to study that stuff and get it all clear. And very often, once we moan over it and we think about it and stuff gets clear, it gets less overwhelming. Because if we don't know, it's so much up there that we don't know, and then that's like in one blow, and that's very overwhelming. You got to make sense of it. And well, I guess I'm trying to help you make sense of it. So life, there we go. Carbon is one of the most important elements for us on Earth. It's like all living things, everything that's alive will have carbon in it on planet Earth. Molecules forming with carbon are generally very large. What are these type of molecules called? Organic molecules. There you go. We get into the organic molecule world. So life on Earth is carbon-based. Organic molecules are usually large, and they usually have carbon in it. And we're going to talk about those actually after we talk about the inorganic molecules that we use in the body heavily, like water, for example. Water doesn't contain pellets that is not carbon-based. Water has oxygen and hydrogen in it. And it's also very small, so it's an inorganic compound. The organic compounds will be protein, will be lipids, will be nucleic acid, which is DNA stuff, and carbohydrates. Water, H2O, is the most common molecule in our body. It fills us up to about our armpit. Life really came from the oceans. So it's kind of like we are an ocean with a skin suit around us. And I try to remember that personally when I need to drink more water, which I always have to do. Can you list some other properties that make water really cool? Superstar water. What else makes water a superstar water? The heat. Water's the quality of heat. You know a little more about that? Of why it's so important? What do you mean the heat? Capacity? Yeah. Yeah, the water's heat capacity is really cool because it takes a lot of energy to bring a water from an ice cube to a boiler. So the water can absorb 100 degrees Celsius in the same state, in a liquid state. So it can therefore absorb a lot of heat and be a balancer. We see that in sweating, we actually carry the heat in the sweat to the outside of the body. We take it away. We also see that in the coastal areas versus the inland areas. The coast, temperature-wise, is much more balanced than the inland zone. Because we got this huge body of water that called the Pacific that absorbs, that has that balancing effect. Because it can hold so much of that heat. The ground heats up and cools down much faster. That's the same sort of reason for that, is that heat capacity. Because inside the body we use it for our own benefit. What else is good about water?
Catalyst and chemical reactions.
Yes, it's a great catalyst, and it helps chemical reactions move forward. If you look at our main chemical reactions, making bonds and breaking bonds, a lot of the times in organic molecules, the making of bonds, the connections, has a byproduct of water. If you want to break the bonds, we have to use water to figure out the breakage of the bonds. The enzymes break the bonds, but where do molecules go that are needed? And that's usually water. It's usually hydrogen and oxygen. Anybody else? A couple more up there. No? What about that polarity stuff? Can anybody talk to me about that? Yes.
The polarity is directly related with the hydrogen bonding, because the more polar oxygen pulls the more electronegative charge towards itself, leaving the hydrogen with the negative particle charge, allowing it to form other bonds with oxygen.
So, right. So that makes it a really, really good solvent. Again, when you look at a chemical thing, you've got solvents, you've got solutes. We have a lot of solutes in us. Like you take a medication, it's a solute. Your enzyme is a solute. If there's not enough solvent around, the solute cannot do its work. So we need that liquid in present. We need that quality of that more positivity, more negative presence to be able to cause proper chemical reactions. And that is crucial when it comes to medicine, because how many people are dehydrated and take medicine for being dehydrated, probably. And so when you do a turner, you pull up the skin and it doesn't just go right back. If you don't, it just stands back. But if it holds up and stands up, you know, and an older person he can stand up for a while and then come down. You know they need to drink more water. That's a priority. And we are taught in our society, and in Switzerland society too, I know, that drink when you're thirsty. That's too late. Thirst is very, very bad and very, very poor director to when you should drink more liquids, more water. Enough of that, but that's always a lecture on that because, you know, guess what? It's important. And then the last thing that I have on here is cushioning. Water provides cushioning. For example, well, just think of the pool. You jump in, there's no gravity after that. So then you look at the brain, you have a water film around the brain, so when you get hit with the head, first the stuff has to go through a water film to disperse the force, to cushion. Water sort of is displaceable. So like in the vertebra of the body, like in the spine, in between the bones, you've got a little cushion called an intervertebral disc. When you have, a sciatica, then people have a problem with this for often. That's cushion. That's water trapped in a shell, and when you compress, it's like a pillow. It disperses the force in different direction. So that's a good cushioning effect. So that's really cool. The salts are also very important in our bodies. They are particles that carry a charge. We can use them to make small electrical impulses. Nerves, for example, use this to send signals throughout the body. What do we call a solution filled with these ions? An electrolyte solution. So Salts, though, are interesting. These are the main electrolytes in our body. The sodium, the potassium is a K. So that's Na means, Na stands for natrium, that's the German sodium thing. And then K is potassium, then we have calcium, we have magnesium, and we have chloride. Those are the big ones for us in terms of ions. Ionically bonded molecules dissociate in water, so they pull apart when we're in water. Yes, sir.
Is it true that coconut water has all the electrolytes?
That's what I've heard as well, but when you look at the coconut water, we got to be very difficultly challenged of what coconut water we're talking about. Is it added sugar? Is it reconstituted? And everything is dead and it's just all boiled down and it's just water and thing, and Coca-Cola can sell you that for a lot of money. What is really what? And so I'm pretty positive the pure one, the more expensive one, the one that comes from one coconut, that is pretty complete. That's what I heard as well. It's like one of your best electrolyte solutions. And so electrolytes are very important because they are the conductor of the electrical current. The electrolytes do that work. And so if you don't have enough electrolytes in the system, you get sluggish and things don't work quite fast, and you get a little blah. You can see that when you do sports and you sweat a lot and you get fatigued. Because when you sweat, you're sweating salt. That's the electrolytes you sweat now. And you don't replenish the electrolytes, you're going to lose energy. And that's when, guess where the Gators are in Florida, and at some point in the 70s, they figured out this salt thing called Gatorade. And that boosted their energies. And that's why Gatorade came into play. The problem, of course, with all those drinks that are soft drinks for us, is if you look at, number one, the amount of calories they bear, it's horrible. And then you look at the ingredients, and if you use sugar or high fructose corn syrup as one of the main ingredients, you've got to toss it out. Because every calorie that you drink, you will also have to eat. So drinking calories is wasted energy you're taking in. If you want to lose weight, the best thing you can do is stop drinking soda and eat a good hearty breakfast for breakfast, good protein, like some good eggs and stuff. But that's we talk with nutrition about the drink stuff. It's pretty darn harsh how much they sell this to us. And we're getting better at it, but we're still sort of hooked on that as a whole country.
Is there a way to make your own electrolyte water? Like I've heard you put fruit in water and use it. Is that?
I never tried that. I used to get the emergency, the little baggies, or the whatever you can get them. Actually, the Trader Joe I feel is a pretty good fizzy.
Yeah.
That one is not, because some of the other ones they used to put mineral ascorbates in as vitamin C, and that's not as hard on the stomach. Now they put ascorbic acid in it. A lot of those have a gram of ascorbic acid in it, and that's really hard on your stomach. And so you get the rumbles or something, So that's where that becomes a little bit of a problem. But I never did it myself. I just always used those back. But in class, when I was taking a test in counter school, I'd have a bottle of water. And I have two emergencies. I do the test, then I take a break, I drink one full bottle of emergency and do the test backwards to make sure I didn't miss the question really. And then I drink the other bottle of emergency and then I transfer to the center. Then I check it backwards. Talk about OCD.
What grade did you
I had full low GPA. I was working my butt off. I thought I would fail because I have learning disabilities. And so I just studied so hard that I just never had a D. It was really weird. They hated me. I know. That's okay. You only go to school these people for a while. But I was just afraid, I'm this real massage person. I'm going to become a doctor. I have to study so hard that I get allowed to become a doctor. And then you realize after a while that half of those people are also late. It doesn't stop with the title, But anyway,